What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Curtis.
And I'm Jarek.
I know the vibes. I seen the thumbnail. Hip hop lover. Yeah. Off the rip, I thought this was gonna be more of a rap centric joint, but I'm seeing everybody's in it, so I kind of can't wait to see what's going on. Y'all definitely gonna want to jump on the Patreon because after this we're gonna be doing a live performance on there. And Raza Bang Tang runs and a whole bunch of other stuff should be out by the time this video drops.
Exclusives.
So them exclusive drops. Make sure y'all on Patreon. But YouTube, let's jump right into this.
Let's see what we got.
People wonder why was that HIPHOP? Shit. Why we got so much gathering culture?
It was a new world. 평소에 그리 나시나 그저 길은 내게 신청이만 해도 다가와 내가 못 듣던 새들을 듣게 해. But people keep asking baby why you love that hip hop shit. 그럼 나는 말해 이 노래 없어 process hip hop. 별거 없어 에픽한 난 뒤처럼 Jay-Z Nas classic animatic rock the double style. I'm on one press one go ready to die. Everything rock the chronic rock 그 다음 영작 2001 Gangsta Black Star be rockin' see osmo this is keep poppin' that was us.
He knows his shit.
I feel like Sugar gonna snap.
J-Ho!
외탁의 람과 혈을 밀착 두각을 나타내 지금은 랩 댄스 교체 팝이랑 프로모든 다 뒤엎어보이 해피카이 서툰 날 이력서서 무명의 무덤파 아무것도 모른 날 일으켰지 매일 내 맘을 울린 아티스트들이 몸으로 비연만 했었던 비교와 투팍이 나타나도 하나같이 호월 내 세상을 만들기 전에 코월 그가 금요일 밤을 비출 때부터 더 영감을 받고 써가는
코월
그들의 음악은 내 귀에 부딪혀 매우 미쳐
I said Mac Miller.
내 본능이 골라 어떤 랩이든 어떤 춤이든 감각적인 내 영감 이제 내 삶 속의 공간 는 힙합으로 녹아 오늘도 wild 나 있는 몸을 feel like it's
Feel like Ace said.
That might have been the best Hope verse I've heard. Other than Rap Cypher 2, maybe.
Bars.
You're gonna hear a lot of them next week.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. When Sugar last, like.
They said let's save the best for last.
어린아이가 엄마를 찾듯이 자연스럽게 내 삶에 가슴이 넘들었지 그 당시에 초등학생뿐이었던 나 그제서야 꿈을 재단해 Wonder Rap 문제가 비슷해 삶이 혐오해도 고민이의 족감 조리의 모습감 자꾸만 하더라도 내 안에서 잠이는 고수와 힙합은 날 송두리 댄디질 뻔한 그 어린 날 교과서 기둥이에 줬던 내렸던 나 60 덕분에 난 안주는 사뿐에 지고 같은 대고 난 상동의 자고 실은 날 던지고 밤새도록 가라던 모든 패치가 날 노린 끝에 난 결국 학창 시절에 받는 언수 리텍스 내수 빼고 기체고 같은 라임 더미 트립 멈춤 우리에서 다른 무지 나는 무지 힙합인 거냐고 당당히 답을 하지 나의 전부라고 결과 내 인생 자체는 음악 안에 병묻었어 이 문화를 사랑해주라면 난 곧 랩하는 넘겨도 죽었어
Bars.
Nah, they
They snap.
they they carried, bro. It's funny too because throughout like not just this month, but the channel, we always been talking about the whole paying homage and kind of showing appreciation for, I guess, the black culture and some of the influences that the K-pop world kind of, that we feel like some fans maybe take for granted, I guess, like, or sometimes don't big
BTS.
up. But yeah, not them clearly and stuff, and they were showing love to everybody, and this is from artists from the 90s all the way up to current day artists and shit like that.
They had some artists in there from the 80s.
Yeah, this was a good joint. I guess it's only fitting if you're a hip hop lover for you to kind of pay homage and show love to the ones that came before you. But this was a good joint.
That J-Hope verse was different. I ain't gonna lie, he definitely did outshine them. My favorite flow would be Sugar. I think flow wise, Sugar was carrying it.
I still
but
think
as far as bars, like the lyrics, I think Hope's.
I really think they all snapped, but Hope took it for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because lyrically and stuff, they like everybody was going in showing love and then still talking about, you know, like the struggles and everything all like that. But those cadences that Hope went.
He had me with the first cadence, and then when he switched to that second cadence, I was like, "Oh my god!"
He switched it up, and that shit was
bar, bro. That is a bar.
Dynamic Duo is another hip hop, K-pop group that Low Love. He was giving this jerk the shoulder.
That Cold World. Love that Friday Nights bar.
The Mac Miller, yay.
Side note, I love that he shouted out Mac Miller too.
Real shit.
On the Mount Rushmore of goats,
I already respect
of everyone that was being listed. Like, I just thought that was like a one that no one really seems to talk about.
Mac Miller's a fucking
of
legend.
course, but no.
The ASAP, bro.
Yeah, ASAP too.
Mac Miller top 10 for me personally.
I can respect that. I was in Pittsburgh during the time shit was going a little up.
Yeah, you had to be outside for that.
Because he literally could give you all, like, his versatility was crazy throughout the years. He went from, you know, the battle bars to of course, the lyrical miracles to the radio hits to some party music he was making at some point, and then the deep, beautiful shit with Ariana and how he transcended
it's
that.
definitely impressive
And that's
to me that kind of resonated with them, like just being over there. Like, we always, you know, we had talked about like, oh, I didn't know this was around out there, or like they had heard it or anything like that. I mean, when we hear like older tracks and everything, but I just love, like, just if it's your art form, like if you want to be a rapper or that's what you aspire, that really is your life, and you're tuning into all those greats on like the Mount Rushmore. You're going on journeys and you're finding people they featured with. You know, you're going to discover, you know, Cool G Rap and, like, you know, guys like that. Or if you listen to, like, Wu-Tang, you're going to discover all their solo stuff. And
like the AZs, the Big L's, and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Which is dope that, like, you could kind of tell, like, RM, he gave his nods to mainly 90s rappers. It kind of makes sense because that's how he always approaches a bar. It's interesting that Hope chose Mac, Kanye, Kendrick, and Cole because
it's like they were choosing their spirit animals.
Yeah, because it's kind of like those artists, Mac, Kendrick, Kanye, and Cole. They can
approach the game kind of more
from different angles, which is something that Hope could do. You could kind of approach it from like a poppy way, or if you really want to be just straight lyrics, or if you even want to try experimenting sometimes, you know, he's not afraid to do that. It's really dope that they shouted them out. Of course, the Biggie, the Pacs, and stuff like that. But they also said some names that you really gotta listen to hip hop to know who those are, you know what I'm saying? And it's much respect to them because it's not. They could have easily just been like, "Oh yeah, Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z," you know.
Almost shit where you didn't do your homework, or you could not like you could tell it was fake, but just like it's just like you said, the names that they said kind of resonate with who we think they are and the way they approach rap. And back to what you were saying too, That's how I felt about like the whole J-Hope thing when he did the chicken noodle soup song.
Yeah,
and when he was
that's
like,
exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and when he was like, basically like that song got him into dancing and everything. And when I first heard that, I'm like, hold on, what you know about Young B and DJ Webstar? How did that even?
How did that get over?
Like,
here?
how did that even like hit you? Because you know, I guess sometimes we don't know what has legs here. It's almost like when we was having that Michael Jackson debate, and you know about the whole black and white thing, and then the comments, people was like, well, no, that song hit different for us over there because of, you know, ABC. That's kind of one of the decent things about reacting and interacting with people now is just
you're just all these emotion or all these invisible barriers are just kind of melted away, and you just kind of get to see things.
Yeah, because you be like, we wasn't feeling that track here, and then it'll be 100 people in the comments just like, no, that shit slap. You know what I mean? Here and shit. But nah, this is a real good joint.
Shout out to the vocalists too. You know, they did their thing. On the
shout out the vocalists
on the hook, which is dope because you know most people be like, oh, they should have just did a cipher, just straight bars. But you know, that's also the beauty of hip hop, especially if you're looking at it from the '90s perspective. The singing, like at first when rappers were making albums, the hooks were somebody else singing. You know what I'm saying? Always. That was something. That was something that was prevalent, like actual rappers doing their own hooks that didn't come on to a little bit later in the.
We literally, bro, was talking about that off camera. Me and Lo, when we was in here earlier, and we was talking about how even in the early 2000s, rapper and then generic singer. I don't want to just call people generic singers, but just, you know what I mean, random
or like
bulls.
a sample or a loop. You know, sometimes they wouldn't even credit the singer like in the feature. You just have to read it somewhere in the.
And now the evolution
credits.
of rap, like you said, is just you can harmonize, sing, and do
you
everything
could do
yourself.
the hook, you could sing the hook, and then
BTS
do the verse.
and them at this point, all their rappers all have vocal shit on, like you know, doing harmonizing stuff. That Juice WRLD stuff where it caught us off guard. And we was like, oh y'all harmonizing you in here?
Even when we heard the Mama Move thing, I mean, just like in general, like it seems like it's like you can be a rapper, like you got to be great in your lane, but also like taking that time to stretch, you know, something that you might not be as inclined to do. Like even when they joined, like initially, like we were talking about, like, oh, I'm here because I'm a good dancer, but I'm not the best with my singing, or I'm not the best with my rapping. Now you're getting lessons and doing those things and bigging yourself up.
Shit, Hope slid on Make It Right a little bit when he came in, kind of just, you know, with the harmonizing. I love melodic rap, harmonized singing where they kind of can jump in and out of wheelhouses and stuff. It's just, it's vibey music, and I feel like vibes, outside of like, you know, obviously great messages and music and just like other shit, vibes tend to last a little longer. But yeah, that's my spill. I kind of can't wait to react to the live version of this.
Another thing I was going to point out too was I think RM had one of my favorite lines, or one of the lines that just kind of stuck out to me the most was he basically said I was always like a bird at flight, but I was like kind of blind, or that was like the essence of what the bar was.
I used to be a
flightless bird.
I used to be a flightless bird, but it opened my eyes.
And I think that's kind of like a little profound as far as like, you know, like I was always like meant to spread my wings, no pun intended, you know, with the Wings album and everything like that, but I just didn't have that thing. And then when the music hit my ears, like that's when I kind of found myself, I guess.
I just like the caption.
Instagram captions.
Yeah, and judging off of the sound, I'm pretty sure this is probably on Dark and Wild album. Which at this point, you know, bro, I feel like we did a whole album reaction to that. We reacted to like Coffee, We On, like, and all them joints all off there and stuff.
My man's mentioned KRS-One.
Yeah, and Ready to Die.
Mad respect.
The Chronic.
Respect. Gangstar, Pete Rock.
CL. He mentioned CL Smooth. Like, it's just like it was levels, and like you said, that it all makes sense in who we think like RM is and what he does. But yeah, we can wrap this up and jump right to the live. Y'all anything else on there?
Nah, let's get right into the live.
This was awesome. Like, comment, subscribe, share, #Redeemers. Jump on the Patreon. All the live performances for everything that you've seen this month and other BTS content is on there. The rise and runs have started back up. Jump on the Patreon. But YouTube, love y'all to death. We're going to holler at y'all. For the hair.